Woo! Cut this off. Hi. I put on my Freaknik wig, even though I wasn't there. I didn't go. It wasn't in my time. Okay, can y'all hear me? Listen, listen. Cha. Y'all know I love a real good natural hair wig, but you know the Amazon 1999 one got to come out. Bitch, I'm blind. Lord Jesus, help me, somebody. Okay, so first of all, y'all in here, and I appreciate y'all being here. We got Cool Rex Mom. She might have already left. Just the T might have already left. My super moderator, I don't want to use her name. My girl in real life, Dr. Nikki, Miss Keisha, keeping the faith. Hey, Hot Commodity. Hey, Brown. Gail. Hey, Nanya. Keisha. Hot. Is it Hot Neck or Hold Neck? Quinita. Quinethia, I think I'm saying it right. Hey, Miss Watson. Dr. Nikki. Hey, BB. Hey, V. Hargett. Hey, Elaine Jane. Hot Commodity. Hey, y'all. Okay, excuse me. So, what I wanted, hey, Miss Burnett on the third. Hey, M. Bernadette on the third. Hey, so I bought this to the floor because I know it's not new. I know, like, everybody's been talking about it. But I wanted to talk about the piece of the women, one, the women suing, the professional women that are suing, which I found interesting, um, because, you know, what we do in our yesteryears, okay, it can come back, okay. It says five women, including politicians, three high-level corporate executive, there's a judge, are all filing paperwork in order to stop. Thank you, Brown Gal. In order to stop this from coming forward. The bang is banging, not the banging. The bang is banging. Okay, thank you for the banging. So they want to stop it from coming out. Okay. So here's my question. Oh, and don't think we're not gonna get on the men. This isn't a woman bashing. Let's talk about the men and their whore ways. You whore ass niggas, you rapist niggas, y'all gonna be talked about too. We're gonna have a whole discussion. So the women are scared that their jobs could, and I'm gonna drop the link because I wanna talk about it. I want y'all to hit that link if you're comfortable. You do have to show your face. You don't have to have your, but you got to cut that camera on. Do some of these, like, hey girl, I see you. Cut the camera off, okay? Because I'm not gonna have a dick pop up on my screen or any titties or vagina or some butt cheeks, okay? So they're trying to stop it before it even gets out for fear people could see them, right? On one hand, I'm like, child, I get it. You know, that would be embarrassing. On the other hand, you can't control public. You were in the public, okay? I don't know the word for it, but that's a public spot. It's no privacy in a public spot, right? You had your camcorders and all of this. If you happen to get caught up on camera, it is what it is. If you was wild out there, if you was, got caught, women got caught having sex. And I'm talking about the women that willfully did it. We're not even on the subject of women that were raped, that were groped, that were fingered against their will. We're talking about women that willfully wanted to have sex at the Freaknik, that wanted to be filmed, okay? So, and women that were just being wild, had their little freakum girl dress on, throwing that thing in a circle, they moved some dress, they just was having a good time. You can't control, I don't feel you can control the public, okay? Now, your husband, if you're gay, your lover, whatever, your partner, okay? Hey, Jenny Penny, thank you. I guess it's the concern is how would they feel if you're sitting next to your mate and you're watching, documentary, and there goes your beautiful wife in a thong, bent over, having Old English poured down the crack of her ass, getting it slurped out by her girl, or guys, multiple guys, okay, willingly. Now she's not being assaulted. We're talking about the willing actions. Are these marriages in jeopardy? Are these relationships in jeopardy? Are these jobs in jeopardy? Do you think the jobs are in jeopardy? Would you be a conversation during lunch? Yeah. Yeah, you would. We're going to be looking at you at lunch like, hi. Now, allegedly the documentary is out. I believe it's coming out on Hulu. I didn't see it out yet. If somebody want to check, when I checked earlier, it wasn't out yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm not on any of it. I didn't go the 90s. I was born in the 70s. I was still too young to go. But I saw, TV shows, little clippings. But those disposable cameras, can you imagine working at the places where you took them little disposable cameras and they had to uh, produce the film? But yes, that's the clownery. It's it's come back to haunt so many people. And it's like, will these jobs make an exception for what they did? However, people have gotten counseled, wrong word, canceled, lost their jobs for tweets um, 20 years ago that they made when they were 18. Their feet have been held to the fire. Am I telling the truth? People have been held responsible for things that they did many years ago. So you're on video and you're in pictures completely identifiable. I am wondering, will jobs actually be lost? Will relationships be damaged? Put in the chat a one if you were to see your mate doing unmentionable things. Would you stand by your man? Would you stand by your girl? Put a one in the chat for yes. Put a two in the chat for no. Hey, FU Chill. Another one for standing by your mate. Uh-huh. Okay. Not if he no if he was groping someone. Okay. So let me, and this is a fair, so this that's fair. Let me ask the question. If it was consensual groping and the young lady wanted it, would you stay married, or would it have had to been you saw the girl resisting, telling him no? Because mind you, if he's groping on a girl consensually, y'all wouldn't have been together at the Freaknik. Would you still feel some kind of way? So let me know, does that play a role, right? Because we know we dated people before us, right? So we groped some people before us, but what is your thoughts on that? Um, and the discussion. I think that's fair, you know. So what would your discussion be? I'm gonna take a just an educated guess. Would the discussion be basically how to go forward in handling people coming at y'all crazy, or your husband, because people may talk? Because to me, I don't see any counseling. Like, well, why did you do that? Because it's done, right? Would that conversation look like, baby, I saw you, you did it. I'm disappointed, but I understand. You was young. However, your coworkers, our job, our families may see it. How do we provide the conversation to let them know y'all not gonna talk crazy to us? We stand together. He takes accountability for that. Or will the conversation be, we got to get a counselor? Let me know a general idea of what that conversation would look like. I'm really curious. I'm loving. It's okay. It's the typos are here. Okay. Hey, Puppet Master. Hey, BB. Toy. Hold on. Let me get back up. I missed some of y'all. Depends on what you was doing. Fair. Fair. She said, I'm stumped. Okay. Okay. Hold on. What's this say? This was this was years ago. People have grown and developed and mature, hopefully. How do they treat you now? It's the past. And I feel that's fair as long as no one was doing any rapey shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't control. If I look up and see my man out there eating a girl's ass, he's eaten ass before. It's just I see it on TV. I would not be fond of it, but long as it was a consensual ass eating, what can I still love you, nigga. Where you going? But men, if you want to chat, men, would you stay with your wife if you saw her giving consensual head at the Freaknik. Now, I keep emphasizing consensual because it is an element of the Freaknik that was very disgusting. It was rape that happened. It was assault. So I want to make sure that we keep that separate. Okay? I'm talking about couples that are going to that could possibly see consensually their wife willingly with the salt and pepper shaker, right? Are you gonna stand by your lady and not let your boys and your family members talk crazy to her, or are you gonna be like, this relationship over? I know you've sucked a dick in your lifetime before because you weren't always with me, right? But that particular dick in a caught in 4K, I gotta let you go, right? So, what do the fellas feel they would do if it was their spouse? Thank you, Jenny. If it was their spouse. I see you looking. You're thinking on it. But that's some real shit. Like, they got who would have thought the footages was still out and about? I'm like, where did y'all get the footage? But people done dusted off their VHSs. They done went in that back closet with the key, because some people still got their porn collection from the 70s when the vaginas had afros, and that was a thing. Like, the more hair, the more woman you were. Like, people scared of vaginal hair and dick hair. Now it's like, oh my God, you got some hair. Of course you want it tame, but them cassettes, was classic. They sitting somewhere in somebody's vault, so that's where they got them Freaknik videos from. They done went in their grandpa vault. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Somebody said, Andre said, I pray she's unrecognizable. Listen, black don't crack now. Depending on how she took care of herself, she made her put on a little pound cake. Okay. But but I hear you. If can't nobody recognize her, that would be better too. Okay, I got you. But I'm just saying, this is some real, like, people, real life is like, my bitch could be on there. And the female's like, oh my God, my guy could be on here. What the hell? Oh my God. Thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate that. So now we got those other folk, huh? Them pastors. Them preachers, okay? Hold on.
One event that was huge 20 years ago is coming back.
Hold on. Not yet, young lady. I don't think I need to go to her. Okay, now, and I can't appreciate. Let me come back up here. I appreciate this person here, Andre. He said it'll be uncomfortable because that's just real. That's your wife or your girlfriend. Hey, Lily. You love the bang ain't married. Thank you. And no matter what we know in our past, we know before us there was other people. Unless you got your lady as a virgin straight out of 18, 17 high school, and nobody had her but you, and y'all been married basically from birth. Okay. Other than that, most of us been fucking. It's just what it is. But to see it, and it got put on the big screensies, it probably would be uncomfortable. So, question, Andre, and thank you for chiming in. When you say uncomfortable, would it be uncomfortable to where you would like hold a grudge over her, and y'all would like, you would want to just not be, would it be a problem, or how long would it be uncomfortable? Would you kind of like, what, it's done, give me a week to deal with it, or would it be uncomfortable because it's like, dang, I really didn't need to see that. What's the uncomfortable? I'm curious about that. You make a good point. If y'all relationship is rocky and you already wanted to leave, there's your out right there. Use a hoe. You know what I'm saying? There's your out. Women, let's not let these dudes slide. If you catch your husband, okay, or your guy, okay, same sex too. How would y'all feel? Can they stay or do they gotta go? Because we don't just we don't woman bash over here. We equally bashing today, and we're not bashing. Don't take that offensively. This isn't a you women ain't shit, y'all was hoes. This was equal hoe opportunities, and the double standard we don't do it over here. You men ain't shit, you women ain't shit, but you grew into your shitness and matured from it. Okay, but back in the day, you was young, free, and that thing was hot, and you might have been putting it on everybody. So let me know, ladies, what you think. But the pastors, though, okay, I like this tweet because it's really say about to have a lot of divorces when that Freaknik documentary drop. A couple of pastors gonna have to step down out the pulpit. Could you look at your pastor, okay? Could you look at your pastor who coming to bring you the word and accept that you see him on camera doing the most? Could he still bring you that word? Could he still be that leader, that the lead the sheep? Could he still lead you? Or would you be like, let's see, real. Hey, hi, real pink. Let me read that. If I saw my current man doing raunchy activities, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could stick around. It would be too much for my eyes to handle. That's a hard question. She said, my dude gotta go. It is a hard question. If he was great, right? If he was into, again, we talking about consensual. I ain't talking about what we gonna look on. You know, the men that were very inappropriate and outright using this as a way to rape and hurt women. I'm talking about just, the dude out there like, you cute, my hand is where it should be, But it is a hard question because we love our mates, and no matter what, I don't care what you did before me. That's life. I don't want to see it. But unfortunately, with this documentary coming out, honey, it may be. This is so funny to me. She said he gotta go. Nobody wants their dark side exposed. People do change, and that's so fair. These women are lawyers, the ones that's suing. And thank you. I hope you having a great evening too. Thank you for stopping in. I don't know if I've seen you before, but I appreciate you just stopping by and chiming in. Um, and I think a lot of couples gonna end up staying, if but I do think it will depend on what they see. You know, the pastors though, that would be a tough one to go Sunday morning, and you see your pastor up there, But pastors have a past too. They just don't want it. What does young man say? They don't want it exposed. But pastors get exposed all day. They get exposed all day, so they really should just take this with, like we see pastors every time they turn around, they get exposed. So it would be odd to sit up there and see a pastor kind of like, y'all get exposed all the time. But what I would like to see the pastor do, come to the pulpit and just address it like that was me. That was me with the velvet velour, okay? Red velour two-piece on, okay? And my gator shoes. And yeah, I was running through bitches left and right, okay? I used the sword, now known as my dick, okay, to take hoes down. But I found God, and I've changed my wicked ways. I'm no longer a fornicator. I only fuck my pastor. Well, they might be gay, fucking his pastor. Only fuck my wife. He may need to take it head on, take it head on, and blame it on the alcohol. It was a lot of it going out there, okay? But it goes to show you what we do in the dark, depending where we did it and who we did it with, baby, it's coming. It comes to light. Because I never in my wildest dreams, I'm like, who exposing the, why people in the paddock? That's because I didn't go. But even if I went, like we had something in Michigan called the races. And it was certain areas in Michigan where all the little, the cars back in the day with the rims and the spinners and the T-tops, y'all would go over there and they would race. But also, it was a crowd. It was drinking. It was weed. I probably was some crackheads over there. And you would sit on the cars. It would be hot as hell. Y'all just walking around, watching the cars do their thing. And yes, there was some shit going down on the side of a side, you know. And I actually had my butt touched, and I didn't know who did it. It was in the crowd. When I looked behind me, it was women and men behind me. I didn't know who touched me. I felt very uncomfortable, and so I would just go sit on the hood of my friend's car and eat. I, I'm gonna eat my snacks, and that's what I did. But that was our version of the Freaknik in Michigan, in the area, Detroit area I'm from. But um, I won't be on any video in a moose something dress with my ass tooted up to the sky talking about eat my cake. Definitely not. I'm very confident in that, and I don't feel no kind of way about that because no, okay. And it's a different place, but people are genuinely scared for their jobs. You know, their jobs and um, all of it. Now let's get to the other side. And also, it was definitely minors there. You make a good point. It was okay, Michigander in the house. Okay, hey girl, turn it into a sermon. Turn it into a sermon. Yeah, yeah. And the girls gone wild. Yeah, they had a. Didn't they have an expose? Didn't they kind of expose that? I felt like I seen something exposing that. Mm. In LA, it was Crenshaw on a Sunday night into the dudes. Oh my, damn, wow. And yeah, there were some, a lot of minors because we weren't built like minors. You know, I definitely wasn't built like no 12-year-old when I was 12. You know, so I remember walking with my mama, and she, had to let a God to know that's not my sister. That is my child. Okay, let's get into this real quick. Let me put my banner on so I can play this, so y'all can see the other side. Um, Hold on. Is it the 3-1 motherfucking threes? Okay, don't play with it. Hey y'all, Ohio. Hey Ohio. You know what I'm talking. Okay, so you know about the races. Listen, I'm telling you. Okay. Um, he says not to judge, but nothing is out there as the Pride Parade. You know, in my opinion of the Pride Parade, that's new to us. Like that's not 40, 50 years ago, right? So what's ever happened at the Pride Parade, Wild or whatever, it's being exposed now. You know, you're catching it in the now, if that makes sense. This is when it was no social media, really. You know, you pulling up cartridges to get people. The Pride, I definitely get what you're saying, but I think people not gonna have no fit over the gay pride because that's like in the now, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Let's see. Never saw them exposing the white folks. Okay, I know Girls Gone Wild had something, but yeah, they probably didn't do a expose. Um, but yeah, they definitely grabbing up. And I'm wondering who submitted all the footages. Where did y'all get these footages from? Did they send out like this underground email like we're looking for people with footage from the Freaknik. If you went to the Freaknik, send us we'll pay you because I don't believe that the people that produced the documentary had all this footage. I could be wrong. That's just my assumption. It's like, what did y'all put out there to say we want you to go dig up Freaknik footage on your Nokia flip phone, okay? Grab your beeper and get your next tail. Like what? Where? Who gave up this footage? And then I guess you don't have to have permission. Again, that's hey, hi, thank you for being here. How say your name? Is it Selmia? If I'm saying it wrong, my apologies. But it looks pretty. Um, hold on. A comment got past me. The seniorities and yeah, the fraternity. Mm. Um, and I would like to think that they got paid, wherever they got the footage. But I guess I'm wondering, how did they get the word out? Like, why was I? Did y'all see anything on Salima? Salima. Okay, thank you. That's pretty. Very pretty. Um, why wasn't no post on Facebook like, y'all see this? You know how when shit go down, it's somebody on Facebook with a post passing it around, and then the permission. Here's the thing. Let me come up on the screen. The thing about the permission, you don't really need permission for something in the public. That's what I was learning when we was in our class. If you take it at a park, you at a park, you can't tell people. I mean, because you were a willful participant being at a public park. Now, if someone walked up to you and was like, say cheese, and you was like, don't do that, then that's different. But you still got to follow that person. Here, sign this, promise not to publish it. It really, literally, not really working that way. So, this footage is like, did y'all like put something out? Because I do social media. I'm not acting like I'm the social media queen, but because I do social media, I would have synced it. Like, nobody shared nothing. So, well, what can we say? So here go, your uncles and your granddads might want to. You said it's been rumbling for a while back. Okay, okay. I'm sure it has been, because honey, they didn't. Documentaries don't happen overnight. You right. They've been looking for a minute. So let's look at here, and hopefully we don't see nobody uncle and auntie, uncle and brother and daddy and cousin. Check this out.
Freaknik was unwieldy. You couldn't really contain it. You know what I mean? And so once it got to that point where Freaknik was unwieldy. You couldn't really contain it. You know what I mean? And so once it got to that point where it was infringing on everybody regardless. I mean, that in a lot of ways that made it bigger. That made it more popular. Kids were like, man, you gotta make Freaknik. It just became one of those must-attend events.
It got too big. It got dangerous. I mean, it went from what it started was with colleges, and when it got to the hood, it became more and more dangerous. More rape cases, more murders, more robberies, more stuff like that. It just became dangerous. It was like a bubble that was just waiting to burst, and it burst.
And when it was starting to fall, and they started actually raping the girls who was getting on top of the cars, getting naked and stuff, they would snatch them off the cars and then started raping them. So that really stopped it. Just too much crime started happening.
I mean, I enjoyed it from the perspective of college kids coming from different parts of the country, all coming here promoting, networking and whatnot. But I think to a certain degree, it really had gotten out of order when it came to the way that, these guys would just could run up to an innocent woman and do the things that they would do to them, I don't have a cake, top hat, cane. I ain't saving shit but a big old bank of money. But right is right and wrong is wrong. You gotta have a little more respect for the ladies. And what if you run up on somebody's woman just because she dressed hot? You know what I'm saying? And this is a married man, woman, you grabbing her ass and grabbing her titties, grabbing the weave and pulling off a wig, could cause some problems. And it just ain't really got in order.
You got all these people from all these other states, all these girls from other states. They come to Atlanta, they turning up on a whole nother level because they in Atlanta. And we couldn't, I think a lot of the guys that was seeing what was going on was getting caught up.
Let me come up here on the screen. So the Freaknik was started by people that just wanted to come together. If I remember correctly, it was two black women, a couple of black girls, black women that wanted to just celebrate or whatever, meet. every year, whatever. And then it blew up. It's something along those lines. It was very innocent when it started. So then it turned into what we see. Now, I'm not a big fan of well, you dressed a certain way, so you was asking for it. When I hear people try to pin a woman's assault because she dressed provocatively, was sitting with the low cut shirt, even if she bent over and had her thong on and her ass was up in the air, it's not permission for you to do anything to her. Period. It's not your permission. It's permission for you to watch because she's doing it to show you. But that girl was sitting in her car getting snatched out of it. How they were trying to drive through a crowd of people, like I wasn't there, so I can't even comprehend people trying to drive through that, right? Right, the death toll wasn't high. And that's what I saw a lot in the comments. Well, if they weren't dressed that way, that you're sounding rapey. A lot of the women were dressed provocatively, but then there was a lot of women that were dressed in like what was that group, JJ Fad era, that, shorts and tank tops. So it wasn't, you saw a good mixture, but it didn't matter. That girl had on a t-shirt and she was getting her clothes ripped off. So what do you do? Let's talk about our fathers and our uncles and our brothers. If you saw your daddy, your uncle, your brother, and one of them is them, what would y'all do right now? How would you approach that? I would be devastated if that was my man that's sitting next to me now. Like, wow, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Now, will you go and say, well, I was young, I was high, I'm changed. And literally, you can see the change, right? You've watched them go through life or whatever. They got a career, even if they didn't have the career. Because everybody say career, it's like, oh, he makes $150 million a year. He's just a good, hard-working man, right? Ain't made no mistakes. Maybe he went to jail for a drug charge. Just regular kinfolk. But at that moment, he was out of order. How do you look at your father if that was your daddy? How do you look at your husband? Because people like to throw it up on the females. You hoes. No, you niggas. So, we not in my chat with the, let's just bash the females. Y'all men was out of control, too. And we got to look at y'all. I might have to look at my uncle, my daddy, my cousin. That's craziness. So, I feel it's it's going to be some equal shit going down with the Freaknik. It's not all this, pointing the fingers. We're the ladies. No, That's all of us. Well, not us, because, baby, I wasn't there. But that's really scary. That video was scary to look at. It was actually almost traumatizing to look at, right? But I think it's holding a lot of people accountable, and people are going to have to figure out, if you want to know where you stand in your marriage, Freaknik about to tell you, if you happen to see somebody you love, what if your child see you? That's my mama being touched on by this man. Damn. What if you the child and that is your daddy? Okay? It's a lot of people that this Freaknik is going to affect in ways they don't want it to. So how are we standing by them? That's my conversation. Are you going to stand by him? Are you going to say, I don't think you're that person? Yes, you did snatch her shirt off. You were grabbing her out the car. I'm scared. It makes me nervous. I hate that. I hate that I saw that. But that's not who I fell in love with. That's not who I married. Or are you going to say, I can't get past that? I can't unsee it. I can't get past it. And this 15-year marriage is over. This 5-year relationship is over. We got children, we have a business, we have a house, or maybe we don't got shit, but we got a relationship, good, what do you do? How you walking away? Are you staying?
NWA. A bitch is a However, in the view of NWA, a bitch is a bitch. Super cool rich.
Man, it was open season on these women. BET's Spring Bling looked more like one of their music videos, gone wild. The women bought into their roles as scantily clad sex kittens, and the men acted out their wildest fantasies, shooting and directing their own hip-hop videos. The guys saw Spring Break weekend as an opportunity to cross the line.
I'm gonna need my internet to not
Between flirtation and sexual assault.
That's Satan. That's
When you say, are you the kind think you're too damn bitch, eat shit, you die. I ain't worried about it, I ain't worried about it. Coming at you at a crazy bitch. I think a bitch is a bitch.
It's funny when I hear women say, when these rappers are calling, women bitches and hoes, they're not talking about me. It's like, yo, they are talking about you. If George Bush was to get on national TV and make a speech, and he started calling black people,
I'm trying to tell y'all, my internet up here been found. Well,
niggas, would you be like, I don't know who George Bush is talking about?
go to hell, Comcast. Damn, really?
Oh, but he ain't talking about me.
So they coming out here with their ass showing, you know what I'm saying? We gonna slap them on the ass. That's just the way it is, you know?
Let me see.
A bitch is a bitch. Super cool rich.
Man, it was open season on these women.
Seriously?
BET's Spring Bling looked more like one of their music videos, gone wild.
That's what I'm talking about. I heard you saying real Florida, trying to get on. So they coming out here with their ass showing, you know what I'm saying? We gonna slap them on the ass. That's just the way it is, you know what I'm saying? But we representing all these niggas from J-Real, Florida, trying to get on these hoes, slap niggas on the ass, cause they representing their fine, salty ass. That's what I'm talking about.
I heard you saying something, you gonna hit somebody with your pocketbook?
No, I was gonna hit somebody with my fist.
You gonna hit somebody with your fist?
Yes.
Why? What's happening?
Well, I'm being touched and it's unwarranted and unwelcome.
Some people say it's just boys being boys, but I think it has a lot to do with boys figuring out early that girls are there for us to sexually objectify or to be our playthings.
I'm sorry, I ain't gonna touch nothing else.
Okay, don't touch nothing else. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord, this motherfucker off feet.
I've been doing a lot of walking around and videotaping and things like that, and a lot of the women are having a real hard time moving through the crowd.
Yeah, that's one of our biggest problems. As you can see, we're spread kind of thin. We can't be everywhere, so our concern is that somebody's going to be accosted out here, and just don't want anybody to get hurt or raped or anything like that.
Have you made any arrests?
Not so far this weekend. It's been good.
I've been molested. I think I'm mad. The other guy tried to take my whole shirt off. What the fuck?
Did you hear what she said? I've been molested. They try to take my shirt off. We gonna see ass and we gonna touch it. Now, yes, the woman's ass cheeks was showing. I do not care. So, while people are, oh my God. It's oh my God for everyone there. Okay? And again, you can dressing that way, that's fair. You're gonna get that attention, but if you don't have self-control, the attention means to look at me. It don't mean you have a right to touch me. That's literally no excuse. She could have been butt naked, which definitely would scream, look at me, but you kept it. Did she say touch her? And it's a thin line, like I get it. it brought you unwarranted attention, but why men don't have the self-control that they need. My son would never touch a woman if she was naked. I raised him. It doesn't matter what is in front of you. She could be naked with her whole vagina dripping wet. You don't touch it unless she gives you permission. I raised him that way. So far he's done what I've taught him. But I'm not gonna, no, I wouldn't dress that way. Do I think it's a good idea to dress that way? But that was a Freaknik. It's called Freaknik. It's called what it is. But but back in the Freaknik days, probably even though there was assaults happening, people saw the police there. The women felt protected, and it's hot. I'm gonna dress how I want to dress. I'm going to dress how I want to dress. I'm going to go where I want to go because I assume men are going to have self-control over their hands. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they raping you walking out the front door. They raping you delivering. The lady went to deliver the DoorDash. As soon as she set the food down, he opened the door, snatched her in, raped her, and murdered her. And she was dropping his food off. So we're getting raped there regardless. Unfortunately. And they dressed in the whole DoorDash, shirt, pants, and food. The whole situation has opened up a lot of men. Listen, in the day, niggas ruined it, acting like they never seen ass before. Right. Acting like they didn't know what no booty looked like. They never seen no women. I don't give a fuck what she had on. It doesn't mean take it. I agree. And that can lead to the conversation of, well, if you didn't want me to touch you, why did you put that on? Why don't you just have self-respect and I get it. She's not showing herself self-respect, dressing half naked. That's another conversation. But why don't you have self-control? That's the word I'm going for. Self-control. I'm not getting into self-respect. Self-control, a lot of men didn't show, So after the state pulled all the resources, would you still go dress like that? They can because it's their right to dress how they want to dress. And as an adult male, it's your responsibility to still have self-control. The conversation you can't make in my opinion, I'm not going to tell you what you can make an excuse for. So don't take it offensively, BB, or anybody, okay? Don't take it offensively. I make no excuses and no exceptions for a man having self-control. If she go to a place where the police have pulled away from and it's still a picnic, or, it's not called a picnic, but whatever's happening, and she going. It still doesn't take away that they don't have a right to touch her. It just, they don't, Chocolate cake, ma'am. It would be, if, and here's the thing to that. A lot of people are raised to do the right thing. That doesn't mean that they're going to do it. You hear over everybody casket. I didn't raise them that way. Oh, God, I didn't raise them that way. Lord, I didn't raise them. I kept them in church every Sunday. You hear that crying all the time. You raise your children, most people raise their children to do the right thing. Women, I didn't raise her to be a stripper. I don't know why they killed her. Why would they rape her? Most of us tend to raise our children to do right. We do. And our children and us, our parents raised us, most of us, to do the right thing, and we still go out. A lot of our parents were like, don't fornicate, wait until you're married, and why are we having pregnancy at 17? And I'm talking about those raised in the home with the father and the mother. The husband there, or the baby daddy is two-parent home, and that kid, they in church every Sunday, and she pregnant, and they had her at the back of the church. She at the back of the church, pregnant, looking crazy. And her pastor, mom, and daddy, who done been in the church 30 years, raised her with the cloth. So we all gonna get, for the most part, we all get raised. It's up to us to make the decisions. So who want to hit that link? If you want to talk about it, just give me your thoughts on, are you staying with your mate if they pop up on here? Who's staying? Who going? And if you're staying, why you staying? Hit the link if you want to talk about it. Oh, well, I pulled up something else. Why did
I'm Lisa Ram. You know, summertime in Atlanta means festivals and big outdoor means good morning.
Why did I pull this up? I think I just wanted to show y'all the pictures. That's the... Did I drop the link already? I think I dropped it again. If I dropped it, my bad. But if you want to hit the link, come up and give me your opinion. Come on up.
Edition on 90.
Ma'am. But see, no, I forgot about
Point one WABE. I'm Lisa Ram. You know, summertime in Atlanta means festivals and big outdoor concerts. One event that was huge 20 years ago is coming back. Freaknik will return in late June. Local party promoters trying to bring it back. WABE's Lauren Booker is here to explain what's going on. Lauren, you have a wonderful article online that brought back all sorts of memories.
First of all, I guess I just hit this article. I didn't know it was coming back. Did y'all know that? Who bringing it back? I didn't even play this. I pulled up this article because the pictures showed the Freaknik. Did y'all hear they said that they trying to bring it back? So this is an article for the comeback. So we got the documentary coming out. Is it out, y'all? Hold on. Is the documentary out? Somebody look on Hulu. I got... Lord. Where's my Hulu? I didn't know. One, I didn't know it was a Freaknik coming back out. No, that's not it. Hulu Freaknik. I don't see it on Hulu yet. So I guess it ain't out yet. It's starting, child. Okay. Well, maybe because we're in a different time, security. I absolutely will not be going even. I'm going to be 50 next year. There's nothing at the Freaknik I would go. Okay. What date is this article? This is dated... I can't tell what date this article is. The way it's set up. This isn't set up. Yeah, maybe. I hope this is the old article because I just really pulled it up for the pictures. You know, because you see the camcorder there. What is that? No, that's a picture in 1997. That's not telling me that the article is old. Full story here. Okay. Story. Okay, let me scroll. What date? This is the article here. This article, 2019. Okay, so this is a 2019 article. Ooh, so it's already out. Y'all already Freakniking. Okay, it's gonna be on Hulu. It's gonna be on Hulu, y'all. And I don't see it on Hulu. I just looked. I don't see it because I want to watch it, and we need to talk about it. It ain't on Hulu, so maybe I'm looking wrong. But it's supposed to be a Hulu. Let's see. So Jermaine Dupri and Hulu are the ones creating it, okay? So that's where it's coming. Hulu is releasing the documentary to cover the history of the Freaknik, dubbed Freaknik, the Wildest Story Never Told. Yeah. Look at them big ass camcorders, y'all. Cha. Atlanta rap legend and producer Jermaine Dupri is one of the executive producers for the documentary, along with Luther Campbell, a two-live crew. Should have known. Showrunner Geraldine Paris, who worked on Come on, Bill. Oh, somebody hit the link. Hold up. Hi.
Okay, am I on?
You on? Your camera's off. Good. So, what is your thoughts?
Man, because it is horrible trying to type my thoughts. And please excuse my voice. I'm a football coach, so I'm a little hoarse right now.
You fine. You fine. Thank you for hitting the link and chiming in.
Oh man, I enjoy your show, and yeah, man. What I was really trying to say was that we'll never know everything our kids is into because you couldn't convince my mom I was a gang member. I mean, I kept that hidden, so outside the house when I'm about 4 blocks away, it's all motherfucker, fuck you, and all that. But inside the house, yes ma'am, no ma'am, and she didn't like my friends. They was a bad influence, but what she didn't realize, I was really the bad influence on them.
Mm. Okay.
But as far as the Freaknik thing goes, man, that's gonna be real difficult for a lot of people to get past because what your woman gives to you is something
Special.
that's special, that's shared between a select few men.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of, not supposed to be a lot of men that knows them secret.
Yeah.
And once she exposes that to the world, man. And then your people find out that it's your woman.
Yeah.
You best believe that tape is gonna go around the city so damn fast, and Facebook and everything else. Gonna know Andre woman was a hoe
And
back
they
in
gonna
the
screen
day.
record just that little time stamp,
Oh
okay?
yeah,
Tag you in it.
and
It's
not to
gonna be
mention the
rough.
filthy foul cousins that's gonna be in her DM. Everybody thinking that she on that level. So it's about wondering if she still has these promiscuous ways. You'll be looking at them sideways.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
something to behold. I hope everybody can weather through it. I don't want to see. It'll be disappointing to see marriages fail from this. However, but I'm thinking if the wife or the husband, right,
yeah,
has been cheating the whole time anyway, getting caught up, has a history still, if she still got whole tendencies, those relationships will probably just be like, fuck it, it's over. But if you know
yeah,
your woman has been solid, you know your husband has been solid, I think it can weather the storm, but they would have to just maybe acknowledge it publicly. Like, look, I know what y'all saw.
right,
This is what it was. I can't take it back. I'm not that person. You've been knowing me all this time. I've been
right,
married to him. He been married to me. I'm not leaving him. I'm
right.
embarrassed because it's out there. I think if the conversation don't come up and y'all talk about it publicly, if it come up, because I like what you said. Some of the parents don't know what we did as a child.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, well, you absolutely correct, and that's the key word: the embarrassment of public opinion.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like you say, if you know your woman or you know your guy, he's a stand up dude, and he's shown society that he's one of those top notch niggas, then
Mhm.
shit, fuck it, it was what it was. We
It
all
was
done
what it
did some
was.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's real, and
thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Thank you for coming up. I like that. That was real. So I think it's going to be based on previous behaviors through the relationship. And what did you see? Like those men groping, that's a serious conversation. Old boy that grabbed her whole breast and snatched, tried to pull out the car, and actually they got her out the car. That's a conversation if you recognize one of those people to be your people. Like I would know I would be devastated, honestly. I would just be so hurt, and devastated. But we done hung out for an hour. I have enjoyed the feedback, the conversation. This was really great. Thank you guys for coming through. Okay. Um, yeah, we're gonna end it here. We had fun. So I appreciate y'all being in chat. Y'all all right with me. And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up and end it. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.